Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Sean Gannon to defeat Brandon Lee Hinkle. And I'm here to talk about Steve Erceg versus Alessandro Costa. Alessandro Costa's 27 years old, 13-3 as a pro, and he's given up 4 inches of height and 1.5 inches of reach to 10-1 Steve Erceg, who is 28 years old. Whatever. Steve Erceg made his debut earlier this year, won against David Dvorak by decision, which is an incredible debut. David Dvorak, I believe, was ranked, probably should have been, maybe should still be. And Steve Erceg clearly won a decision. I believe he took that fight on short notice as well. And he was able to hang with him in round 1. I thought he was a little bit behind. And then stole the fight, really, with a round 2 head kick. Just caught him with a beautiful head kick and then took over the fight. And I thought in the end he was clearly the winner. It was a very good debut for Steve Erceg. Nice for him to show his striking as well, because he does have 10 wins and only one of them is a KO. And 6 submissions and 3 decisions. But yeah, his striking is sneaky. And he is a submission artist, first and foremost. He's a guy that wants to get his opponent down to the ground, and he's got some good control, like a bit of a tall man control in him. He can lace up the legs, the body triangle, and whatever, but he's an active submission threat. His one knockout is over this brawler, I think in Australia, Paul Loga. He knocked him out in round 1. Also guillotined him in round 1. He rear naked choked Shannon Ross and also beat Sengup Choi by decision. So he's beaten some good guys in his 10 victories, none more impressive than David Dvorak. And I consider him to be a very well-rounded fighter. His one loss comes to this guy Sean Gauchi, who out-wrestled him. And that was definitely early in his career. I don't know if it was his debut or whatever, but one of the earlier fights. We're still early in his career, really. But Steve Erceg definitely has a lot of promise. He's very technical and very, very versatile. I usually go that way with that word. Alessandro Costa, he is 13-3. Pretty versatile guy himself. He's got 4 TKO victories, 6 submissions, and 3 decisions. And his 3 losses include 2 by knockout, 1 by decision. He lost his last loss by knockout to Amir Albazi in his debut. I think he took that one on short notice. And Amir Albazi, who is still undefeated in the UFC, has been soaring, and Costa gave him a very, very good fight, but in the end he was knocked out with a beautiful long uppercut, I think, and he was knocked out in his debut. His other loss by TKO comes to this guy Uriel Cosio. He TKO'd him in round 2 as well, a few seconds into the round, and that was after Costa had a big first round, 10-8 first round, and then just couldn't close the deal, and I think might have been a little discouraged going in there, but really it wasn't discouragement or cardio or whatever. It was a spinning back kick to the body, I think, that sent him flying against the cage, and he was pounded out. It was something impactful. So I know he's got 2 TKO losses, and they come in rounds 2 and 3, but I'm not ready to write off his cardio or his chin, frankly. But yeah, 2 TKO losses and his 3 losses, and the other one is by decision to this veteran, Ivan Hernandez Flores, a split decision, and a fight that probably should have went his way, Costa's way. Costa came out of the gate like a bat out of hell, hit him with a mounted triangle arm bar in round 1, and then in round 2, looked like the fight was getting away from him, and in round 3 he came back, and I thought he should have won. But yeah, he seems to have good cardio. On the Contender Series, he won a decision there against the guy Luna Martinetti, Andreas Luna Martinetti or whatever. But that was a fight where his striking was there for him. And he, as I said, is a well-rounded guy. I consider him to be the better athlete in this one. I think he's more explosive and whatever. But he's still up against it physically. Steve Erceg's got height and reach. And Steve Erceg is a very tight striker. He's going to keep himself safe. A lot of that is with movement. And I think Steve Erceg will be able to stay away from Costa's calf kicks. Not completely, but I think Steve Erceg, if he takes away those calf kicks of Costa, the low kicks, I think Steve Erceg wins this fight. I think he wins even a technical striking battle, and certainly if he's able to get the fight to the ground, he's the better grappler, in my opinion. So I'm favoring Steve Erceg. I think he should win this fight. I don't know if it would be by, a TKO submission or knockout, but his money line at under 200 I consider worthy. So minus 185, Steve Erceg, yeah, I played that. But Alessandro Costa, he's a guy that could win this fight on aggression and bigger moments. I think he's going to be fighting a guy that has the advantage in the smaller moments by being the more technical guy, but Alessandro Costa could make shit happen. And Steve Erceg's not the most imposing guy himself, where even though he got a beautiful big moment in his last fight, he's not, fucking Robbie Lawler or whatever. So there's definitely room for Costa to win this fight. If it's a points battle and Costa has the more emphatic moments, it could go his way. But I'm going with the technician, Steve Erceg. I think he's going to win this fight. If he's stuck kickboxing and he can't get the fight to the ground, I still like what I've seen from him, where I think he'll be able to outpoint Costa. And if he is able to get the fight to the ground, he's going to control the fight, if not put Costa away, even though it's never happened via submission. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit. Check out my other videos.